This resource was co-designed with service users and family carers to complement the great checklists. Make sure you have these checklists to help you work through the resource. They may be accessed on the Engage website and the HSCQI website. There are 5 sections to this resource. Each section relates to the 5 parts of the great checklists. The scenarios demonstrate the good and not so good ways that we have involved people. Each scenario is based on real-life experiences of service users and family carers.
Let's hear about involvement in quality improvement in practice. The next clip tells us about the impact of involving service users in service improvement from both the service user and staff perspectives.
Hi, I'm Kate Latimer. I'm a psychiatrist for young people.
Hello, I'm Matthew and I'm a service user, and I was involved in a quality improvement project to bring down waiting times for children with mental health problems.
Matthew, I was just thinking, what mattered to you about being involved in the project?
Well, with the project, I was, of course, one of your patients, and in the waiting room there was a sign that had the number of patients who had missed an appointment, and I thought to myself, well, that is probably mostly down to anxiety. And as someone who had the anxiety of going to the first appointment, I thought that how could I make a difference? And therefore I asked you.
Yeah, and why? But because some people might be interested, what enabled you to ask me about that sign and sort of ask you about the problem?
As I've been seeing you for a long time, I'd built up the confidence and, of course, the trust me and you had from me seeing you. Yeah. And because I had the confidence to ask you.
And then I obviously then suggested we do the project. Yeah. So you had asked, just sort of out of interest, about the difficulty. I had suggested, let's do a project. Yeah. And then what enabled you to kind of stay part of that project?
Well, from being involved from the very beginning, because I'd written the script and there was nothing that was being dictated to me. It was all off my own accord, and therefore I felt that I would make more of a difference if it was coming from a young person for a young person. So, Kate, what did you get out of working with a young person on such a project?
Like, I like to think I'm young at heart, but I'm not 15. I'm not coming to the service, so I can't get a perspective of what really is the issue and what might have really made the difference. So I think having you being able to describe the anxiety of coming and your ideas is so important. And then I guess because I moan to you about it so much, that I was asking for management for ideas and stuff, and I don't think until I was able to tell them in your words, in a young person's words, that it made it more real to them, that they really listened and they gave us some resources and money to go and do the project. And then finally, I just think it's so much more fun, isn't it? Like having new people. I love my colleagues, but it's nice to have fresh faces, new people, young people, new ideas. We did have a bit of a laugh, didn't we, with the filming and coming up with the script and stuff. And I just think it was much more fun having the young people involved.
Hi, I'm Moira and I'm a community psychiatric nurse. I really value the involvement of our service users and carers to work with us to improve services. I find the learnings and the insights that they bring really help to make our practice and services more person-centred than they've ever been before. I only wish more staff felt the same as I do. Sadly, some of them don't. I have overheard close colleagues openly express opinions like, bringing lay people into our meeting is very challenging. I can't say I'm wholly comfortable with it. Or, our meetings are professional forums. Patients, service users and their families will only bring their personal moans and groans, and that's the last thing we want when we're trying to improve things. Those attitudes need to be challenged and changed, because even those that welcomed co-production haven't always got it, and there are things that we need to change in order for more people to realise the benefits. For me, it begins with how we recruit people onto our groups. How often do people only recruit the people that they like onto their groups? This results in that safe options being recruited again and again. People never widen their net because they want to feel comfortable with the people on their groups. The number of times I've heard colleagues say, "Oh, don't ask for Simon, he's not ready, he's a nightmare." But Sarah's lovely. I'll ask her if she'll do it for you. What's wrong with hearing a challenge? A challenge that's constructive helps us think differently and co-design better. Service users and carers have the lived experience of using our services, and staff have the experience of delivering the services. Working in partnership means that we can create change together for better outcomes in health and social care. And that has to be good, hasn't it?